I had this interaction the other day, and it has just been driving me crazy. Um, Someone said, I'd prefer to see you, but I live in Connecticut. Well, she went on to talk a little bit more about her problems, and um, here's the thing. When you say, I'd prefer to see you, but I live in Connecticut, either A, you're not aware that I see patients by telemedicine in 40 states in this country. So you're not likely to, and the states that I don't see patients in, I've actually seen patients in because, for example, if you meet them face to face in one of the states where you're licensed, it's fine. Um, but that's usually not what it means. It usually means either A, I don't know anything about telemedicine, I'm afraid of it, or B, I don't know that you're seeing patients, or C, telemedicine is just poor quality and I'm not comfortable with that. So let's talk about a couple of things there. Um, my reaction was, you're why I came out of retirement again. Um, I searched for the actual comments from the viewer, and I searched for about half an hour. I was in Peru when this whole interaction happened, and so I can't find the actual interaction. I'm going to take a little bit of author's prerogative to. I'm just going to tell you what I remember. Um, So again, yes, I came out of retirement. Speaking of Peru, I was at Machu Picchu. It wasn't exactly fun. Uh, I was pretty sick, um, but it was a life-changing event, or a once-in-a-lifetime event. Amazing what those folks did. And I could be doing stuff like that, but instead, I came home early. And here's why. Um, it's because of the state of medicine in this country. I mean, it's like trying to clean up after a tsunami. There is no prevention going on, or inadequate prevention. Meanwhile, we're getting killed or paralyzed or going blind from cardiovascular disease, from cardiovascular inflammation. In fact, I don't have to tell you this. Every 40 seconds, someone dies from a heart attack. Um, every 4 minutes, somebody dies from a stroke. And those are the lucky ones. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you have a heart attack and you blow out a major part of um, the muscle of your heart, you can end up bedridden. Or if you have a stroke, you can end up in a wheelchair. In fact, strokes are the most common cause of disability in this country. You have a stroke, you end up in a wheelchair for 20 years, decades. So the lady went on to tell me, well, my cardiologist has me on high dose lipitor, and I requested low dose Crestor based on your videos. He refused, and so I really don't know what to do. Get a new doc. Um, um, Lipitor is great for lowering LDL. It's not great for cardiovascular inflammation, especially if you're a female, which you are, or if you have diabetes. Oh, by the way, my cardiologist told me I have a touch of sugar. He said to see my PCP. So you see why I go crazy. I just go slap nuts. I'm not sure what else to do. Um, I don't know how many videos we've done on prediabetes, the generation in jeopardy, the UCLA study, which shows that over half of adults in California, we're not talking about 60 years old and above, we're talking about 30 years old and above, have prediabetes. It's not full-blown diabetes that's killing this country, that's causing the atherosclerosis and plaque, although it will if you get there. It's just that there's so many more people with insulin resistance, prediabetes, metabolic syndrome. And if you have that, you have a constant source of cardiovascular inflammation going on. Yes, we have a generation in jeopardy. And so here's the point. I don't know what else I can do. If you think that coming to see me as a patient is too expensive, I keep putting everything I know on videos. At this point, there are over 500 videos out there, and they're absolutely free. I don't know how less expensive I can get than that. Telemedicine's poor quality. I don't know how to do telemedicine. It takes 10 seconds to get a telemedicine thing set up, and I've done it with hundreds and hundreds of patients. These are 80-year-olds that don't know how to work a computer. Well, again, no, maybe telemedicine's poor quality. Compared to a local cardiologist who wants to use high-dose lipitor for a female with prediabetes, I can't figure out your videos. There's just too much information on them. Well, that's why I came out of retirement. That's why we see patients. You know what? I don't like this patient self-directed labs and CIMT stuff. I want a concierge service. We're doing concierge now. I tell you, I have some mixed emotion about concierge because of what I call rich man syndrome. We do not want to be this white glove level, 5-star restaurant or 5-star hotel focusing on service. And here's why. And we've had plenty of patients that have net worth well over 100 million. They have their own airplanes and all of that stuff. They tend, not all of them, but many of them tend to say, you know what, let me give you a few thousand more dollars, and I just want you to do that and fix me. I'd be happy to do that if I could, but I can't go to the refrigerator for you every morning and pick out the right foods. I can't help you get off the couch every day and move. Medications, I mean, how many times have we said it? Medications have their place and supplements have their place, but you can't medicate or supplement your way out of a bad lifestyle. So yes, despite all of that, we still do have a concierge service, and Michelle can help you with that. How do you reach Michelle? Email myhealth@prevmedheartrisk.com or call 615-538-8403. What about, well, we'll talk about other problems and reasons and issues later. You've heard me rant and rave. If you've made it this far, again, thank you for your interest. Thanks, and if you hit that subscribe or like button, it makes a big difference. An even bigger difference happens when you share. You can share on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest. When you do that, it makes a big difference in terms of the algorithm. It sends this to other people, realizing that humans think this is interesting information and helpful. Thank you again.